everybody. It's been way longer than 2 weeks. I'm sorry. But I'm here now, so we'll just go with that. Hi, my name is Amy of Amy J's Creations. If you are new, this is my Flosstube channel, where I also talk a little bit about life in Switzerland and my family's going-ons. This is Flosstube number, pretty sure it's 12. Might be 11. Oh, dang. Why don't I look these things up? Well, whatever it says in the description is correct. It is September 13th. And I'm finally filming again. So I'm gonna get right in to, what should I do? I'm gonna show my whips first. I'll do my whips, and then I will get into finishes, and then some of my awesome haul that's left over from my America trip. And then at the end, I will talk to you about life updates and what we've been up to and why it's been a while since I filmed. So, and hopefully it won't take another hour like the last one did. I try to keep them to half an hour. This is going to be longer than that, but I hope not too long. Okay, so first whip is my Pride and Prejudice blessing from Lindy Stitches. Now, I do not have the finished, like the pattern to show you, and I've got a needle sticking out of here, because I just printed off my printer, and I only print the pattern. I don't print like the cover photo. So, oh, you know, why don't I plan these things better? I don't have anything to hold this up with, so I'll just use the project bag that I've got it in. There you go. There is my Pride and Prejudice blessing. Now, when you last saw this, I had only gotten this part done. And it wasn't even all the way completely done, because as you can see, there's some back stitching. Now, I am changing the colors on this a little bit. This was originally supposed to be a royal blue, and the way I printed out the pattern, I can't tell what color the backstitch is supposed to be. I first tried it with this darker blue that I was changing the wording to. I think it's 38. Oh yeah, it's 3848. And it was okay. But then I decided, since I was doing these backstitched wording in black, I wanted to tie in more of the black up here. And especially this one, it had the dark blue outlining. But then that looked weird if that was blue and this was a teal. So I took that all out and added black everywhere. And I'm pretty happy with it. This color is more what I would prefer in my craft room, and that's where this is going to hang. So, yeah. And this ended up being stitched in the car mostly, and then a little bit watching TV when we got back from our trip, which I will talk about later. But, yeah, this was excellent. And the reason I was able to... oh, wait. I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? Stop, Amy. I'll explain later why I was able to get this started and get so much done. And it lives in this project bag that I made myself, which is why it's all crookedy-rookedy. Whatever. Okay, my second whip is, it's not actually a whip. I'm lying. I'm a lying sack of rocks. It is a... I've kitted them up. I've got everything in there in my cute Halloween bag, but I haven't started them. I literally kitted them up last night. So what happened was I had in mind to start a larger Halloween project. It is a haunted house. It's out of a magazine, Leisure Arts or something. I will show it when I finally start it. And I was pulling the floss and I was reading the instructions, because what it is like you stitch on the fabric and then you stitch part of the house in plastic canvas and like the shutters, so it's like 3D. It's really cool looking, and it's a bigger project. I've been wanting to start it for a while. And I have the correct fabric, but I do not have the correct count of plastic canvas. It has to be 14 count canvas so that the house matches up with the background on the 28 count even weave, black even weave. And I only have 7 count. So I have to first figure out where to buy 14 count plastic canvas and then order it. So that will most likely be a start next year. But I was like in the Halloween mood and I wanted to start stuff. So I flipped through my issue of this and marked a whole bunch of ones. And then I picked 2 that I was like, okay, I'm going to start them for real. And I'm going to try to show this so I only show this and not the pattern. So I'm starting this broom parking, and I kitted up what's the next one? Oh yes. This hilarious oops. I am stitching them both on this grayish. Let me see. I'm gonna hold this up. Hum-de-dum. On this grayish linen. That was a gift from my mother. Let's see. It's showing that it's got like blue bits in it. It does not. I coffee tea dyed it. Well, tea dyed it, not coffee. I tea dyed it. Does not have those blue lines in it. I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, I think that'll look really cute. And this is the strip that is left over from my Christmas Rules by Lizzie Kate that I also stitched on this. This is, I'm guessing, but I'm pretty sure it's a 32 count linen. So, and I have I chose all my own colors, because when I looked at the called for colors, some of them were not as Halloweeny as I wanted, and I had just finished using some other colors on a Halloween ornament I will get to. And so I kind of wanted them to coordinate more. So some of them are the called for, some are my own. And when I actually have started them, I will show you. But it was half the fun for me is kitting up a project. Like, I love kitting up a project. So that was fun. Nice and relaxing. Now we will get to finished items. Nothing is fully finished. I don't have my sewing machine. I took it in to get repaired before we went to America, and I haven't received a call from them, which is worrying. So tomorrow I am going to go run a bunch of errands, take down a bunch of recycling, and I'm going to stop in and be like, where's my baby? It's my baby, okay? And then I can start fully finishing some things. But the reason I could work on then my Pride and Prejudice blessing was because I had finished a whole bunch of other stuff. The first thing I finished was my Jane Eyre sampler. I changed almost all the colors except for the house. And I am toying with the idea. Oh, and this is 15 count even weave antique white. And you know what's interesting is on the package it says it's 16 count, but I did the thing where I laid out with the ruler and measured an inch and counted all the stitches. This is not 16 count. This is 15 count. Well, I guess not 32, but 30 count because it's an even weave antique white. So, yeah, I don't know what happened there. But I'm kind of toying with the idea of aging this by stamping a tea bag on it randomly to age it a bit. I don't want to dunk the whole thing, but just maybe plop it on a little bit. But then I'm worried, like, am I going to ruin it? So, dear viewers, dear cross-stitch friends that I hopefully will meet one day in person, leave me your opinion down in the comments below. Have you ever tried that yourself? Real world experience with dabbing a tea bag on a finished project. Did it ruin it? Did you cry tears afterwards and have to restitch the whole thing? Was it the greatest thing you've ever done and now it's your favorite way to finish projects? Tell me down in the comments below. I'm really on the fence. It could go either way, and I need a push in the back, one way or the other. Because I'm a little, I don't want to ruin that thing. I love it. But maybe I can make it better, you know? All right. Then the next thing I finished was this TARDIS for my daughter. And I ended up adding the police box wording, and I added, can you see that? I just did like little black back stitches in black to mimic that there's writing on this little sign. And then I also back stitched all around everywhere, the different panels on the door and around the windows in black as well, even though it wasn't called for. This was a fantastic car project. So it's a little bit plans and what we've been up to, but we were in the car for a long time. And so I brought something that I knew would be easy to stitch on, but that I wanted to finish. And so that was this. And I finished it. And I was very happy. Okay, so then I decided, I have shown this previously. This is my, also Lindsay stitches, because Stephanie's quirky humor busts me up. I love her floss tubes. I love the creepy clown, and those of you who watch her know what that's referring to. And so I bought her Autumn Royalty pattern, and I stitched Prince of Pies and finished that in a pillow that I will show when I get out all my autumn Halloween decor. And I also had finished Lord of Gourds, which I didn't realize I had until I looked in the bag. And my oldest son thinks this is just hysterical, Lord of Gourds. It's just so fun to say. So then I wanted to do Count of Candy, which is the final one. But Lord of Gourds and Prince of Pies are more autumny, Thanksgiving-y. And I decorate for Thanksgiving, and I decorate for Halloween. And so there's a few things that I have that can be for both. But once Halloween is over, I remove those pieces and add in my Thanksgiving stuff. And they're packed together in the same box down in my basement, which you don't need to know, but I just blabber. Anyway, but Count of Candy to me was more Halloween. And so I wanted it to coordinate with my other Halloween pieces. So I had some of this purple. It's a 14 count. Let's see if I can get it true to color. Nope, that's not helping. No, that just completely blows it out. Anyway, it's like a lighty purple, and I have another Halloween finish that I will show again later that I previously finished on this same material. So I knew that they would coordinate. And so I ended up changing a lot of the colors because this writing was supposed to be in the same dark brown, but I wanted it to be more Halloween-y, so I did this creepy green. And I ended up outlining all the candy. I added more purple candy, and I backstitched then around everything, including the words, in a slightly darker green, which the original pattern did not call for. But backstitch is magic, and it makes everything better. And so I will again be finishing that into some sort of a pillow to go on my tiered tray with my other Halloween decorations. So then I was like, what else do I have in here? They were all in this bag. And I wanted to empty it out completely so I could start that big house project that didn't end up happening, but you know, that's me. So then I in there I had my paper copy that I had downloaded of Priscilla and Chelsea's free pattern that they issued last year of Thankful. I'd stitched their Blessed already, and then there was the Thankful. And so I got that out and stitched it as well. Now I had some, this again, I counted this. This is a 36. No, sorry. I'm a lying sack of wheat. This is, I counted this. This is a 32 count. And it's kind of, there you go. It's more like a rusticy linen. My mom gave it to me. It was in her stash of fabrics. And so I stitched this. I had some of the called for colors, like the green, the pea pod, and that blue, Classic Colorworks, and the yellow was Queen Bee. But the white, I had some bamboo, but white is white to me. So I used JP & Coates old thread that my mom gave me as the white. And this orange is the DMC variegated orange I picked up at Michael's, or maybe it was Joanne, this summer in Utah. And I really like it for my pumpkins. I love that variegation because it's really variegated. I mean, if you look at the blue pumpkin, it's variegated too, but I just like a little more variegation. That's just me. I'm weird that way. So that one was also very cute. And I will probably finish this in the same style as the Blessed, and they will go as part of my Thanksgiving decor in my tier tray. So I was super happy with all those finishes. Some of them were small, but that's okay. Because now I feel like I can work on the slightly bigger piece of the Pride and Prejudice blessing and actually get that done soon. And I can work on a few Halloween smalls. And then in between, I will continue to work on the Christmas tree for my mom. Because my goal is to get that done by the latest of mid-October. Let's see, yeah, it's September 13th. I mean, if I worked on it for even a half an hour every single day, I could probably get it done by the end of September. Tune in next time to see what happens. So I can get that in the mail, because the U.S. mail is still a little bit cuckoo crazy, and I don't know how long it will take it to get to her. And I really hope she could have it up for Christmas this year. I am also super nervous about sending it in the mail, but there you go. If anybody has any good stories about recent experiences with the U.S. Postal Service getting their act together, let me know in the comments below, please, because I'm a little nervous about sending that. So those are my future plans. I also want to dye a couple of fabrics, because in the Halloween cross stitch, just cross stitch magazine, there were a couple patterns that I want to do that need to be like on a green, or I'd like to do on an even darker purple. And I have those RIT dyes that I brought back, so I want to try and play around with those and dye some fabric. And maybe stitch some of those during October, because I love to stitch. I'm a seasonal stitcher, I have discovered, and I love to stitch things in the season that they are for. Okay, so now we're on to haul. I showed you a whole bunch of stuff that I bought last video, which is why it took forever. I have even more, because when you're in the land of consumerism, which is America, You have to be like the Americans and consume products, buy things. So I did. Plus, you know, who knows when I can't get stuff here, so I might as well get it there. So I'm going to first show some fabric. Because this could be finishing fabric, it could be quilting fabric, I don't know. It was just pretty. All of this fabric that I bought, there were only 2 pieces that I bought with an actual specific project in mind. And everything else was purple, my favorite, pretty. So I got this cute little pack of fat quarters. Very fun. Different designs in there. Really cute. And these were at Walmart. Yay, Walmart. I only went into one quilt store, and that was in St. George when I was visiting my parents. Quilt Etc. Yeah. I like that store. In fact, she says, "Oh, are you on our list?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I was here a year ago because I do shop there every time I visit my mom." And they pulled it up, and she's like, "Yes, Amy, hello, here you are." So that was kind of fun to, be a regular customer of a cross-stitch store. A quilt store, even though I'm really far away. But they're really great. But these I picked up, again, like I said, at Walmart. This was a Harry Potter pack. I already have some Harry Potter fat quarters. These were slightly different designs, except for this one I already had. But I used up a lot of this making Harry Potter bookmarks for the kids in the library. So I was happy to add more to my stash. Then my son found this Star Wars fabric. It is not traditional Star Wars colors. They are more American colors. But it's Star Wars, and he liked it. And I may make him something with this. I may even make a Star Wars project bag out of some of it. But like I said, we bought it because we like it. Here's another fabric. My son helped me pick out several of these, because this is Maleficent. Is that right side up? Yeah. And Sleeping Beauty, the animated version, is my son's absolute favorite all-time movie. For his 16th birthday last year, he requested the cake that the fairies made for Aurora for her birthday. And I did a pretty darn good job, I have to say. If I can, my daughter is going to help me edit this. And I will have her post a picture of that cake here, if she can. I had a lot of fun making it, and he absolutely loved it. Then he also found this Avengers material. Very fun and cool. Cat. So, there's that. Again, there was a lot of July 4th fabric available, which I did not get, but I liked this red and white because it can be used for Canada Day, July 4th, and the Swiss National Day. I got that. And then when I was in Quilts Set Etc, I went through there. They had, I was there for one specific thing, which was super boring black to fix my daughter's quilt that I sewed with cheap black fabric. And the black fabric is literally disintegrating. It was a swoon quilt. It's beautiful. I used these great fat quarters of blues that she chose, but all the black background is disintegrating, and I have to take apart the entire quilt and re-sew it with good black. So that's what that was. That's what I went in there for. But of course, then you have to look through their leftover cutoff bin, and I found these 3 fabrics. This is a super cute Halloween. As a backing for this, come on, it's freaking perfect. So I love that. My one daughter thinks I'm making her a skirt out of that. I'm not. It's for finishing. Then there's this beautiful pink that, I don't know, I just like pink. And this cute green. Then the one other fabric that I ordered online that came to my daughter's college apartment was this space material. because you've all seen the Star Wars quilt that I made for my son. I'm thinking seriously of making a second one for a certain very special person. And I thought that would be fun for some of the black background around the lightsabers that are fighting. Then I also picked up this really cute Ahoy Mermaids charm pack. So that was my fabric. That's my fabric. Now let's go. Ooh, I'm doing so good. Only 25 minutes. This is my Deseret Industries, which is like a, thrift store haul. We went to 3 different ones and we had so much fun. I'm not sure. I can't remember if I showed these in my previous video or not, but I'm going to just show them again because I'm so excited. My mother found these for me. They're little Mill Hill. Oh, you know what? Let's take the price tag off. 75 cents, people. 75 cents. She found these for me, and they're little Mill Hill kits of little snowmen. They're so cute. Let's see what the glare. Yeah, that's good. Right there. And there. I love them. And I have never done a Mill Hill kit. And I figured for 75 cents each, even if I absolutely hate it, I'm out like less than $2. Woo! Then I also found this pattern for Christmas stockings. Now I know the trend is everybody cross stitches Christmas stockings for their children or their grandchildren. But my amazing, awesome sister-in-law, Kathy, knit stockings for my children. And they are gorgeous. I've said it before. They are my favoriteest Christmas decoration of all time. The children are not going to be able to take them with them when they leave because they're their stockings, but they're mine. So when they get married and leave the house, I cannot knit, and I cannot ask Kathy to continue to supply my entire extended family with knitted stockings. These things are works of art. Oh my gosh. They're so beautiful. I'll show them when Christmas time comes out. And you will be like, oh my gosh, no wonder you're keeping those. But anyway, so I determined that because I quilt, I would make my children and their spouses and their ensuing children. I hope I get so many grandchildren. Man, I want some grandkids. Some quilted ones. Cross-stitch ones would just take too long. And I'm hoping for a giant, I want like, a pack of grandkids running wild through the neighborhood. So I don't want to have to cross stitch each one, but I can quilt them up, and like each family can have kind of their own sort of design or colors that they prefer or whatever. So I got that pattern for in the future. And then, oh yeah, this actually, this was in like their old wooden section, and I can either finish something like paint it and then put something on the top, or it's a shadow box. I can paint it and inset something in for each of these. So it says TJ Maxx, but I'm almost positive that I found this at DI. And then look at that freaking awesome thing. I would not keep this. But I want to paint this, and this is just like thick cardboard. But I would spray paint this, and actually probably I would spray paint the back because it would be nice and smooth, and put like some sort of a round Easter finish on here. So cute. Again, another cute wooden tag. It has this thing. But it also has a hook to hang it on the back. It was a whole $1, people. Woo! So excited. This is probably one of my favorites. I love the shipboard. It has hangers on the back. And depending on what I put on it, I would either spray paint it all black, or spray paint it all white. But it's a really good size, and it has, these things are kind of thick, so if I needed it to like stand up on its own, oh no, it doesn't really stand up on its own, but I can hang it, and I could put something behind it easily to have it stand up on its own. Now this, it's obvious that I bought this in a DI in Utah by the phrase, because we're famous for those annoying missionaries. Sorry if they are annoying. I hope they're mostly nice. They come to your house, and for our belief that families are forever. But I loved the frame. I loved this inset area that I can take out in the back and then put in my own thing. But then I have this to show me exactly how big to cut it. So I really like that frame. And then this wooden one. It's a plate. I would also spray paint this, but for a circle finish. I really liked that and thought it was really cute. And it has this weird funky thing on it to help it hang. So, yay. And then the last two things I found are these, well, this is just a frame. This is like, I don't think this is glass. This is hard plastic. But I liked the oldness of it. And I figured I could either paint it, like try to, like dry brush paint it to lighten it up, or leave it dark depending on what I finish inside it. And then this metal tray I liked. I had my son check it. He has like a little magnetic bracelet that he and his girlfriend got. So cute. And so I had him put the magnet on there to check to be sure it was, so that I could take off this paper and then put something in and interchange these out. And I think what I'm going to put in there is from White Cottage Stitchery, her series of watering cans. They're like seasonal holiday watering cans. I've only completed the Easter one, but I think that would look really cute in here. And then I could change them out for the rest of them. She's only got like 3 patterns, but you know what? She's busy. She's got a lot going on, but they're really cute. And I hope she continues with the series, and I will put them on there. And that's my haul. So now, why were we in the car? So here is now life updates. And if you don't care about that, thank you and goodbye. But if you want to know, here's the deal. We planned when we were in America to take my youngest daughter and her older sister. Their birthdays are one day apart. One day, literally, the doctor came in on Sophie's birthday and was like, "We need to perform an emergency C-section. You're not doing too great." And I said, it was like 7:45 at night. And I said, "Can we wait 4 hours till after midnight so that my 2 daughters do not share a birthday?" And they very grudgingly said, okay. And then because it's Switzerland and they don't do operations at midnight, even though it was technically an emergency, they made me wait till 8 a.m. the next day, which was, in hindsight, not perhaps the best decision, because then due to high blood pressure, which is why I needed the emergency C-section in the first place, I went blind for a couple of days. And my eyesight's never actually been super perfect. I still have like a gray blind spot. But my brains are amazing, and it sees around it, and I only notice it when I'm driving someplace I've never been before. So my brain doesn't have anything to fill in, or when I'm really tired. But anyway, for their double birthday weekend, we went down to Ticino, or also known in German as Tessin. So that's it's the Italian part of Switzerland. I've driven through it a couple of times, but I have never actually been there. And it is beautiful. Why have I never been there in 20 years of living in Switzerland? Because the only way to get there, well, there's 2 ways. You can take the train. But then if you take the train, then once you get there, you kind of almost need to rent a car. They do have public transportation, but a lot of the places that you want to go to, it's easiest by car. So that's not so great. And then if you take the car, you have to go through the giant tunnel that they carved through the giant mountain. and it's like 15 kilometers long, so like 10 miles long. And it's always backed up with traffic. Always backed up. It does not matter what time of day you go, what time of year you go, what weekday you go. It is always backed up. So we left Saturday morning, and yeah, again, it was backed up. But our GPS had us get off the freeway, drive on side streets, and then get back on the freeway just before the tunnel, which technically is cheating, but also, sorry, man, like, I don't got an extra 2 hours to sit in the car. But that's why I got so much car stitching done. And then coming back, there was an accident. It actually probably would have been not as backed up, but there was an accident. So it was again. But sadly, my daughter, one of the daughters, the morning of decided not to come, which was a pretty clear indication that she's not doing so well mentally. And she's got therapy, and she went to her first appointment, and she likes her psychologist, and she's going to continue. So that's good. But we had a nice time with just our youngest daughter. At first she was like, oh man, I don't know, being with my parents, whatever. But we kind of let her choose whatever we were going to do. She got to choose what we were going to eat. We gave her, some time on her phone if she wanted. And it ended up being a very nice weekend. And like I said, Tessine is gorgeous. I totally get why people vacation down there all the time and have vacation homes. But it's kind of a hassle to get there. Like if I had my own private little airplane, I'd go all the time. But then we got back. She missed Monday, which was the second Monday. She'd had 1 week of school, and then she was gone the Monday. She took what they have is called a Joker Day. And I may have explained those, but so the Swiss system is really strict about school attendance. It's very hard to homeschool your children. In fact, a lot of places it's illegal unless you are a certified teacher yourself. In the canton of Zurich, where we live, you can do it for 1 year as a regular mom or dad. But then after that, you have to have a teaching license to do it. And if you take your kids out of school for not during the pre-approved vacation times, you get fined unless you got pre-approval. And they do it, it's based on your income so that it hurts, so that you don't do it more. But they also give you 2 days a year that are called Joker Days. They're kind of like kids' mental health days. And you don't have to provide a reason why. And you're allowed to use them on pretty much any day that you want. You just have to let the school know beforehand, which is really fun. We've used them a lot in the past for Thanksgiving, to celebrate Thanksgiving on actual Thursday instead of Saturday, which is important to me. And we've used it to extend a spring vacation, where it was spring vacation, Easter vacation, a couple Joker Days, and then we were able to go to the States in the spring instead of in the summer. We did that once or twice. Very nice. So we used one of her Joker Days to go down there for her birthday, and that was lovely. And then when we got back, I had a ton of work. Now, normally at the library, I average 3 hours a week. I'm not even kidding. There are 4 shifts. We're only open at 10 hours a week. We share it with 4 coworkers. Each, there are 3 2-hour shifts and 1 4-hour shift. So, and then if you're, with a school class, that's an hour. But even that isn't every week. It's not even every month. We're supposed to meet with the school kids 5 lessons a school year per class. But with other people going on vacation, me having been on vacation, some people were sick. I ended up for the past 2 weeks working almost every shift that was open. Or I was also then meeting with, because it's the beginning of the school year, so like the kindergartners came in, both classes that I got to teach, and it was like some of them, it was their first time, so I had to explain how the library worked and all that. Anyway, so I worked a whole lot. Plus now I've got 2 extra kids back at home, so I'm getting back into the routine of, oh, who does what chores, and so far I'm still doing all the chores, having to cook more. So it's just been a time of adjustment period, and figuring out how I'm going to do things, and a little more work. So I was stitching, but then to take the time out to film, I just kept putting it off and putting it off. And finally today I'm like, stop. I had other chores. Like I said, I need to go to recycling, pick up my sewing machine, but I'm like, Amy, you have got to film. This is ridiculous. So I just did it. Yeah, I'm hoping that I can. Thursdays are usually good, but I'm wanting my daughter to edit for me. She offered to. She thinks it would be fun to goof around with the program. So I'm thinking I might start filming on Fridays and having her edit Friday nights when she gets home from school, and then uploading on Saturday. So we'll see. Or maybe uploading Saturday. Yeah, having her edit Saturday morning. I don't know. So the schedule might change a little bit. So I guess if you want to see more of my videos, be sure that you are subscribed, because then I will show up in your feed. And thank you so much for subscribing, those of you who have. And thanks for all those who are watching and commenting, especially because I'm starting to recognize similar names over and over in the comment section. And it's like, I have stitching friends, even though I don't have any that really live close by me. So that's very fun, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope, again, comment with me what you think about the tea bagging. Ooh, what's not a good thing to say? About dyeing fabric with tea. And yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you again soon. Tschüss.